how long the New England Patriots, the New England Patriots
Okay, people, I
have
got
been.
some business to take care of.
All right. Well,
I won't
Paulie
be
B,
here for your picks, but I
it's
can
all right
Skype
though.
you.
All right, thank you. Well, Paulie B, he's actually going to be bouncing everyone. So thank you, Paulie B, for chilling with us. But anyway, the New England Patriots, ever since Tom Brady made it public and made it known that he will be playing for Week 1, ever since then, the New England Patriots have been undefeated. But the biggest question is, how long will it be until someone knocks them off? That's a good question. All we do know is that right now, Edelman, Amendola, Gronkowski, Deion Lewis, that is the fatal four right now. That's the fatal four. Think I'm playing? I am not joking. That's the fatal four right now. Okay, all of them, they're really doing a great job. Tom Brady, who's just getting off of a very close loss, very close. But Tom Brady still did what he did best, and that is clawed his way to the top. Tom Brady, congratulations. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for what not me, but what I would like to say. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Week 8 picks and predictions as we go over Week 8 games and we choose who we feel is going to win. So here we go, Jesse. Let's do this here. Music? All right, got my music ready. Now everything is good. All right, first of all, this Thursday we kick off Week 8. New England Patriots will play at Gillette Stadium, the home of the New England Patriots, against Ryan Tannehill and the Miami Dolphins. Who I got? You know who I got. I'm wearing them right now, the New England Patriots. Jesse, who you got?
Unfortunately, I'm going to that one.
You going to agree with me on that one?
Yeah.
All right, well, I appreciate you. Next up, we have Megatron versus the Big Red Monsters. We have the Detroit Lions versus Kansas City Chiefs. As much as I'm not a fan of both teams, but if I have to pick one, I'm going to go with Megatron. And I'm going with the Detroit Lions for the win. Jesse, who you going for?
Lions 2017.
All right, very good guess. I like that. Next up, the Baltimore Ravens versus the San Diego Chargers. Both teams have been kind of shaky, but the team that's been shaken the most is the Baltimore Ravens. But you see me, I kind of give them a little more credit than what they really deserve. So to me, I'm going to go with San Diego Chargers for the win. Jesse, who you got?
Chargers 31.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. All right, next up is what we talked about earlier. Big Ben returns to Heinz Field, home of the Steelers, as they go up against Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals. And obviously, the Bengals have been on a roll, and I think they're going to continue to be on a roll. I'm going with Andy Dalton and Cincinnati. Jesse, who you got?
Cincinnati 40.
All right, that's what's up. Next up, we have Marcus Mariota in the Tennessee Titans going up against J.J. Watt in the Texans. I'm going to go with Marcus Mariota. This will be a great game, and I would love to see J.J. Watt versus Marcus Mariota. Will J.J. Watt hit him? I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to go with Marcus Mariota as the Titans take home the win. Jesse, who you got?
I'm going to have to spend my last second.
All right, well, look, I'll tell you what. You think about it, we'll get back to on that one. Next up, Minnesota Vikings versus the Chicago Bears. Now, we haven't seen the Bears in a while, but Jay Cutler and those Bears will be back against Teddy Bridgewater and the Vikings. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to go with the Vikings on this one. Jesse, who you got?
And I'm not even going to be biased here, Vikings again, but the Bears are absolutely awful this year. Vikings by 24.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. All right, next up, Jameis Winston versus Matt Ryan. It is the Buccaneers versus the Atlanta Falcons. Both teams have been they're another team that's been really shaky as of late. But if I have to choose one, I'm gonna go against Jameis Winston and the Buccaneers. Who you got?
Bucks.
All right, we both agree for the Bucks. Next up, we got the comeback kid, Drew Brees, the icon. That's who I call the icon. Drew Brees, the icon, versus Eli Manning. So it's the Saints versus Giants. I'm going with the icon. I'm going with Drew Brees. I'm going for the Saints for the win. Jesse, who you got?
I'm going to have to go with New Orleans, all based on the way the Giants played against the Bills. It was absolutely horrible.
All right, there you go. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have Colin Kaepernick, number 7, in the San Francisco 49ers versus Nick Foles in the St. Louis Rams. Now, after the performance that the San Francisco 49ers even put up, I'm going to go with Nick Foles and the Rams for the win. Jesse, who you got?
I'm going to go with St. Louis. I got to say James Laurinaitis with Colin Kaepernick.
There you go. All right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Arizona Cardinals going up against the Cleveland Browns. Now, like I said, the Cleveland Browns, who's been also very, very weird and off this season. And like I said, Johnny Manziel is in some trouble right now. But besides all that, Arizona Cardinals versus Cleveland Browns, I'm going to go with Larry Fitzgerald. I'm going with the Arizona Cardinals for the win. Jesse, who you got?
I'm going to go with Arizona just to piss off our Browns fan buddy, Uncle Chris.
Uncle Chris, I'm sorry, buddy. But it looks like Johnny Manziel might need some Snickers there, huh? Ooh, yeah, got one on you. Now, next up, we have Geno Smith and Revis Island and the New York Jets going up against Derek Carr, Amari Cooper, and those Oakland Raiders. The Oakland Raiders, who've been very impressive as of late. So, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm giving Oakland Raiders the win against Revis Island and the Jets. Who you got, Jesse?
Raiders in overtime.
Nice. Okay. Next up is Seattle Seahawks versus the Dallas Cowboys. Now, you want to talk about a game that would really test how the Cowboys are? This is the game to do it. Now, if I have to pick one, you know what? I'm going for the Seattle Seahawks because I cannot stand those Cowboys. So, Seattle Seahawks for the win. Let's go, Legion of Boom. Jesse, who you got?
I'm going to pick Seattle for 3 reasons. Number 1, I hate the fucking Cowboys. Number 2, we have no players that are essentially any good right now. Anybody that's injured. And number 3, Russell Wilson's the best quarterback in the NFL.
One of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Then, ladies and gentlemen, we talked about this earlier. Now we're going to talk about it again. It is 2 teams who are both undefeated in their own right. Green Bay Packers versus the Denver Broncos. Jesse, remind everyone who you pick.
I'm safe out of there with the win.
All right. And I'm picking Denver as long as Denver keeps their offensive line healthy and it keeps them really stepping up to the plate. I'm giving Denver for the win, and I know Paulie B, if he was here, he's definitely going to pick Denver because that's his team. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have the last game for Week 8, which will be the Indianapolis Colts versus the Carolina Panthers. And the Carolina Panthers are also undefeated, so it is Mr. Lucky versus Superman. Jesse, who you got?
Carolina by 14.
All right, and Jesse picks Carolina. I'm going to go with Superman, Carolina Panthers for the win. Well, as you guys know, before we go, we also choose which out of these games will be the most viewed game. But before we vote, I chose 4 games that is the games to watch. Now, for people like Jesse or other people who are listening, what does games to watch mean? Well, every week during the NFL review show, I pick 3 to 4 games that is a must watch for the following NFL week. So in this case, I picked out 4 games that is definitely a must watch game for anyone to watch. And the games are Green Bay versus Denver, New England versus Miami, New Orleans Saints versus the Giants, and the Dallas Cowboys versus the Seattle Seahawks. Now, out of all 4 of these games, Jesse, out of all 4 of these games I just listed, before we even get to that, you still got to pick Tennessee Titans or Houston Texans.
I'm going to go Houston.
Okay, there you go. Now, out of all the games I just listed for the games to watch, which game do you personally feel, all jokes aside, which game do you personally feel will be the most viewed game for this list?
Denver, Green Bay.
Okay, and why you say that?
Battle of two undefeated teams.
Plain and simple, and there you go. That's the best way to say it. To be honest with you, people, I'm going to be honest with you all. Although I would like to say New England versus Miami, I am confident that my team will come off on top. But I'm going to actually pick two games that, for me, has to be the most viewed. And to me, it will be Green Bay versus Denver. That's one. So I agree with Jesse. To me, the second game is definitely going to be the most viewed, will be Dallas Cowboys versus the Seattle Seahawks. Why? Because you got a team who has all of their players versus a team that really don't have anyone. So now you're looking at a true David and Goliath type situation. So at the end of the day, what are you going to say? I mean, we all know the story of David and Goliath, right? Well, in this case, look at it in football form. You got Goliath, who is the Seattle Seahawks, who got beast mode. They got Jimmy Graham. They got Jermaine Kearse. They got Cam Chancellor. They got Earl Thomas III. They got Richard Sherman. All those guys versus Matt Castle, Darren McFadden, Jason Witten, and the Dallas Cowboys. So those two games are going to definitely be the games that will be most viewed in my eyes. And if Paulie B was here, he would definitely say Denver versus Green Bay. Now, although me and Jesse both say that Green Bay and Denver will be the most viewed, we still encourage all of you to still watch the other games that we listed, which will once again be Green Bay versus Denver once again, New England versus Miami, New Orleans Saints versus the New York Giants. And Jesse, any last minute thing that you would like to say before we get off the air?
I think you pretty much covered everything I was going to say.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as always, and as the outro of our show will say, if you want any more information on your favorite football team or player, there's two things you can do. You can go to the NFL website, NFL.com, or you guys can download the NFL mobile app on your mobile phone. Whatever device you are using, you can get the NFL mobile app phone powered by Verizon. And also, if you guys are big fantasy players, don't forget to play each fantasy game every week for you guys to win prizes, even cash prizes. So make sure you guys do that as well. And if you guys are going to tailgate on Sunday or go somewhere, please be safe and please be responsible. Because at the end of the day, we don't want nobody getting hurt or getting killed or thinking that you guys can play football for real and start tackling people through windows. We don't need that. So if you are going to go out for Sunday's game to a bar or tailgate or someone's house, please be careful, please be responsible, and drive safely, and do not drink and drive, because we don't want no more calls, ever. I don't want one. Jesse don't want one. Paulie B doesn't want one, because if we have to get one, that's going to be bad for you guys. And we hope you guys enjoy Week 8 of the NFL. And as always, you guys can tune in every Tuesday, 3 p.m. I know we were late today, but every Tuesday, 3 p.m. on the DJ Baby Boy Network. Big shout out to Paulie B in his absence. Big shout out to Jesse for filling in for LT. And I am DJ Baby Boy. And as always, you guys can follow me on Instagram at DJ Baby Boy 50. That's DJ BABYBOY 50. You guys can follow me on Twitter at YoungJax50. That's YUNGJAX 50. Or you guys can follow my fan page on Facebook, facebook.com/The Phenomenal One DJ Baby Boy. And as always, we would like to say thank you. We hope you guys have a great week. You guys be blessed. And we will speak to you guys again next Tuesday for Week 8 review of the NFL Review Show. Again, I am DJ Baby Boy. Thank you guys so much. It's been real. Thank you, Jesse, as always. And you guys be safe. Until next time, take it easy, guys.